story out of Biloxi, Mississippi, where the school district has decided to ban, or at least to pull the book, To Kill a Mockingbird. This, again, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening in our country right now? Where apparently some kids were upset, or somebody was upset, over some of the language that was in the book. And, I mean, this is a classic book. Harper Lee was a Southern literary legend. And the idea that now her books are being pulled from classrooms across the country, I think it once again goes to show you the dangers of this microaggression society. A society where people are triggered by Lord knows what, by people who are perpetually offended. We live in a society where apparently everything has to be banned to accommodate people and to accommodate their feelings. But this is really repulsive, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. There's a beautiful story, beautiful life lessons tucked away in that book, To Kill a Mockingbird. I read that book as a child, and it had a profound impact on my life. So you know who the true losers are here? The boys and girls that go to this school in Biloxi, Mississippi. They will never have the experience of reading this fine piece of literature, Southern literature. So the question is, where does it all end? And I know that a lot of Hollywood comedians are facing the wrath of the politically correct mob these days. I remember going back when I was a kid, my parents used to watch All in the Family. Archie Bunker, Edith, Meathead. I never did care for Sally Struthers' character. It was what it was. Gloria is what her name was. The Jeffersons were a part of of All in the Family. My parents never would let me watch the show. It was a bit too adult for little kids. But I went back a couple of years ago and just watched some of the old episodes of All in the Family. And I realized as I was watching this program that Archie Bunker would never be allowed on television in the 21st century. No way. Absolutely no way they would allow a program like that on the air. And what does that say? What does that really say about who we are as a country? We have become so sensitive. We have become so politically correct that we've lost a good chunk of our freedom. You know, I go back to something I said at the Values Voter Summit on Saturday, that when you start chipping away at our freedoms, when you start chipping away at our First Amendment rights, soon we're going to wake up and find out that we don't have those rights anymore. And it's like throwing that big old bullfrog into a pot of cold water on the stove, and you slowly turn up that heat. Before the bullfrog understands what's happening, it's too late. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid that's exactly where we are as a country right now. They're just chipping away. And one day we're going to wake up and find out we don't have any rights anymore. I'm not sure I want to live in that kind of a country. And I know you don't, and that's why we do this radio program. We're trying to share these stories with you, stories the mainstream media, they will not cover, they do not cover. But I believe stories like banning To Kill a Mockingbird, that's an important story for us. Because you know what, folks? If they can ban To Kill a Mockingbird, they might be able to ban my books, The Deplorables Guide to Making America Great Again. One day they might get around to banning Jane's books. And heaven forbid, one day they might even ban the good book. We don't want that to happen.